I save about $250 a month and about an hour per day by tracking the simple habits in Notion. It's not complicated, it's very easy to follow, and I want to make sure I walk you through what it is so you can also save time and money through this Notion document. And to be honest with you, I almost quit after 2 weeks of using this just because I didn't see the result right away. But then something clicked, and I started using this document versus not using this because I feel so much better of keeping track of my habits, good habits, versus just doing whatever I want. I just felt so much better. So if you ever felt like you're busy all day long, but it's not getting you anywhere, this is for you. Here's the thing. I was reading this book called Atomic Habit by James Clear. Definitely one of my favorite books. It's such a good book. And he actually wrote this. There's one phrase that I really like. It says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." As soon as I read that, I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. Because in the past, I always had goals. Year resolution goal, I want to be fit, I want to be a good mom, blah, blah, blah. I had so many goals that are kind of vague and that are always there. Even though I had some steps to follow, I didn't have a certain system for me to get to that goal. Man, after reading this, I gotta make sure I set the system, not necessarily just the goals. And that's when I created this habit. And also the other book that I read is 12-Week Year. It's a really, really good book. It's pretty much talking about instead of setting a goal for 12 months, you have to make sure you set a goal like for a shorter period of time, which is 12 weeks, and treat 12 weeks as 1 year so that after 12 weeks, you can evaluate and make sure that you're doing the things that you're supposed to do versus adjusting your goal so that you feel like it's accomplished. So pretty much those are two different motives of creating this 12-week year habit planner for me. And it's still working for me because I realized I wasn't failing because I didn't want to do better. I was failing because I didn't have a system to follow. And you will also have access to this plan. And that way you can create your habit so you can also create the system for you. But I want to make sure that this one is more of a for positive enforcement and some negative enforcement. Meaning, I don't want this to be one of the ways to criticize you, but I want this to be one of the ways to encourage you. And just one of the other ways to love you so that you can go to the right direction in terms of creating the good habit for yourself. One of the best way that you can do is this also from Atomic Habit by James Clear is that it's called habit stacking. So what it is you have a certain thing that you do already, and whatever you're doing right now, you're just stacking new habit on top of that. So as an example, if you drink coffee in the morning, then you can create some new habit right after that. So it's easier for you to remember. I drink tea in the morning, like hot tea. So as soon as I drink hot tea, this is a reminder that I need to get myself into the meditation mode for 5 minutes and try to clear my thoughts and have a positive affirmations in the morning. Me drinking tea is just a habit that I had for a long time, but meditation is not. So it was very hard for me to keep thinking about meditation when it was so unusual for me to do that. Except when I stacked that on top of drinking tea, it was such a good reminder, especially because when I'm drinking tea, I don't like to use my phone anyways. So that's actually a perfect habit for that I created because I've been stacking it. Okay, so one of the encouragement that I wanted to give to you is I want you to think about what you're doing already and just add something on top of that because that's going to help you a lot. And don't be like me, meaning in 2 weeks, just you're quitting because you don't see the result. Like, as an example, creating content. If you're interested in doing that, you're like, oh, I don't have any followers. I don't want to do this. Just don't quit just yet. If this is encouragement for you, I just barely started this channel as well. So if you want to be with me and then go with this journey together, you're more than welcome to. And I would love you to. Atomic Habit also has a really good story, the ice cube story. So it's pretty much talking about there's ice cubes sitting in the room that's 25 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about what -4 Celsius, but pretty cold. And it doesn't melt until it raises its temperature to 26, 27, 28, 29. and nothing happens. Isn't that crazy? Until it raises enough to 33 degrees, which is about zero point 0.5 degrees Celsius. That's insane. So nothing happens to this ice cube until it raises a little bit. So it's pretty much similar to our habit tracking as well. You're not going to see the result right away. However, it adds up for sure and it will change you. And I could almost guarantee that it will change you to a positive direction. Because as an example, one of the habits that I have for myself is not eating so much snack because I've been eating snack all day long. Like non snacks. I'm talking about really bad snacks. Okay. Because I just love them. I was addicted to it and I was just like, I have to eat this to survive. I would eat one of those like little chocolate, which is not too unhealthy, I don't think, but whatever. I was eating that like I would say 30 chocolate per day. I've been just shoving in my mouth, like, it's just not good for you. It's not. Like in that moment, I felt so good, but then about 5 minutes in, I crave more, and then it's just like interrupted my whole eating system. I've been doing that for a while until I started tracking my habits. And I used to almost try to get rid of my bad habit from replacing to good habits, which is try not eating snack. I've been doing so much better. I feel really good. I'm a lot more positive, and I don't have a lot of acne from not Troxit anymore, which just positive result from doing that. And you're gonna get that too. Oh, and you're probably wondering, all right, where do I start? I don't even know where to start. No problem. I got you. Okay, let's look at this Notion document that I created. In this video, I'm not going to teach you how I created this Notion document because there's some things that I did, but also one of the things that I really like to do is, again, I like to save time and I like to save money. And me saving time means not going over aesthetics and all the crazy stuff in Notion, but I don't have time to do that. I have 3 kids, I have full-time job. I just don't have like a lot of extra time to build up. So what I typically like to do is I like to go to Marketplace right here and see what I really like from other places. And obviously, I use all the free tools. So let's just say, as an example, I like this daily planner. Then I would download this, add it to my Notion document, and I'll copy what I like from there and just mix it up with a couple other things that I like. And that's how I was able to create this document, which is a 12-week year planner. So right now, I don't have anything because October just started it. But one of the things that I would like to accomplish by the end of 12 weeks. Okay, this is pretty big freedoms. I need to be a little bit more specific than that. I do know, but I just want to feel free. That's why I put the freedom in there. And the other thing is healthy body. Obviously, it's working out. Healthy mind is just the meditation. And I want to be more positive. Me, to be honest with you, I'm not super positive person, even though I look like a positive person, but I'm not. I am pretty negative sometimes about the world. I used to worry about everything. Natural disasters are gonna happen, this war happening. I just worry about too much stuff. So I need to have a healthy mind of not worrying so much and stop having anxiety about everything. That's why I put that in. But how do we make that into an action or system that we talked about, right? This is just a vision that I have. Okay, one of the ways that you can do is create a goal. Vision is so big. I'm like, you don't even know what the vision is just vision. And then goal is just a little bit more narrower than that. And then you're gonna go into task, which is very narrow and very easy for you to follow through. Okay. So the goal that I have is KPI, which stands for Key Person of Influencer, which means I want to be a key person of influencer in my world, in whatever I do. So right now I'm in marketing. So I want to make sure that I'm a key person influencer in marketing world or content creation world or like a mom's world, whatever that I decide to do, whatever you decide to do, you want to set goals for yourself. But that was my goal. And the other thing is spiritual uplift. Again, going back to positive thoughts, I want to make sure I have this positive spiritual uplift. So that's just one thing that I have as a goal. So in order for me to get there, I have all these things over here I created. I need to do a little bit better in terms of putting more KPI stuff in here. But the reason why I deleted some of the stuff because sometimes with my work schedule, I couldn't really fulfill so much dedicated time into one habit that I created. And whenever I didn't check yes to that, I just felt like a failure. So what I personally do is every week, every end of the week, I just stop, I pause and look at data and see where I'm at. And if I'm not increasing by week 3, I readjust and I change different habits that I want to have. Because again, this is not a negative reinforcement for you. This should be positive reinforcement, and this should be a positive affirmation for you saying that you are going into the right direction, you're doing the right thing. And I want to make sure that you feel that too. So the first thing that I do is the morning meditation. And the cool thing is if you check yes Monday, Tuesday, you see the weekly score right here, which is great. Wednesday, and this I like to see 100%. That's one of the reasons why I keep track of it. It just feels so good. That's just me. And then you'll see the total average of 14%, because I only did, one. But if you do everything in here, obviously, it's gonna go to 100%. So that's how you keep track of your weekly score. And you just put the percentage right here in week 1 and see if you improve to the previous one, which you're gonna start that from week 2. So 12-week year, the book is talking about if your percentage is lower than 80%, you probably want to adjust your tasks. And that's exactly what I do. I adjust it according to my need, according to my time. All right, now that you saw that lotion, I think there are a couple of reasons why it's gonna work for you because our brain loves dopamine, right? Our brain just does. We're kind of addicted to it. We're addicted to our phones. I am, at least. And in this Notion document, you will see the streaks, see the percentage and the progress, the bar. It will give you some dopamine whenever you click that little check mark because you're like, oops, I've done this. Yes, I feel good, which means your brain is wanting more. So tomorrow, when you're tracking your habit, you're like, yes, it felt good when I clicked that check mark. So I want to do it again. That's just how our brain works. And the other thing is, it's so easy for you to check. You can download Notion app on your phone, and that's what I do every night before I go to bed. I just check every single thing that I did. It's not too complicated. Imagine if you were doing this in some sort of Excel document, but you have to log in every single time, and there are like 10 different steps for you to get there. You're not gonna keep track of that. No, not really. But this is super easy. So it's gonna work because it's not so complicated. And because I followed this, because I was wanted to work on this healthy habit that I have, that's the reason why I was able to save some money from going instead of going out, I cook at home a little bit more. And also save time because I was in the right mindset instead of going everywhere for everything. Uh, that morning medication really helped me to focus on the things that I'm supposed to do. So my challenge to you is I will have this Notion document in the description below, and I want to make sure that you use this Notion document today. The Notion itself is free as well. They have a paid version, but I also use the free version too. But this is great habit tracker for you. And just to get started, I wouldn't put a ton of stuff in there because it's going to discourage you if you don't accomplish that. So just think of the habit stacking, right? Whatever you're doing right now, what can I do on top of that? Just think of that and create 3 habits that you can accomplish within 12 weeks. So that's my challenge for you. In the next video, I'm also going to talk about how I save time from using Notion because I do have this content planner that I use in Notion document. I absolutely love that. And I'll be also sharing this content planner link in my next video too. So check out the next video and I'll see you soon.